Hey folks, good morning. How are you? It's very early. It's not that early. It's 7:15. As you can see, I'm having a little vape and a cup of coffee, which is probably not the best advertisement for healthy living. But there you go. I do my best. We all have our vices. Just in regards to yesterday, some people were having problems ordering from the UK, and my apologies about that. We're installing a new software today, and it's going to fix the problem. It's always the way when you new websites, you've got to troubleshoot. So apologies if you wasted your time, and I'll throw in a couple of free lures for those people, a couple of testers for those people who wasted a bit of time trying to fill in a form that wasn't fillable. But as I say, you can't see into the future. You don't know what these problems are going to be until they actually materialize. And I'm absolutely blessed to have the Ukrainian lady that I have. She's incredibly efficient because I wouldn't have been able to do it. So and it's nice to be able to help somebody out who's in a tough spot, right? Uh, she came to Ireland because of the war, and she's made a life for herself here. She's a really impressive girl. So um, um, what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, so we have some new brands coming, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but one of the things I've noticed about fishing generally is that the prices have gone through the roof, right? I mean, through the roof, like to the point where I'm like, geez, would I pay that for a fishing lure? Like, that's a lot of money, right? I mean, that's true generally in life. Like, I went to a garage the other day, and a small bottle of Coke was €2.50. I was like, my God, we used to be able to get like a huge big bottle of Coke for that, right? Like, what's going on here? And look, in my former job, I was a political economist, so I understand economics inside out, and I can tell you a lot of it is price gouging, right? People are just inflation is one of those things. When you say there's inflation, suddenly there is inflation, right? Uh, a lot of it is just greed, right? It's just price gouging, but there's nothing you can do about it. But I said, well, okay, what can we do here at Copper Coast Lures? So I've been following certain characters on Instagram for a number of years. In particular, a couple of French anglers, and they fish with some other kit, and they're fish they catch. I mean, just right now. These guys are good anglers, and they've got the big rib, right? Like this. The other thing, a 10 pound bass or 12 pound bass from the boat does not equal a 12 pound bass from the shore. It is not the same thing. It's not the same challenge. Like it's nowhere close. Like if I had, like for instance, right, once I get the cash, I'm going to buy my buddy Charles. I'm going to buy his boat. Right? He has a Pirates 18 with a 90 E-Tech. Now I could take that thing out into a couple of local bays, catch bass all day, right? And at some level, like I'm going to do it because I won't get as much fishing time anymore and downtime, right? And it's nice to have a boat and all the rest, but it's not the same challenge. So just wobbling thoughts out of my head about that. Like, I mean, if you get a huge big fish from the shore, right, that's one hell of an achievement. Like, you know what I mean? It probably happens X number of times in your lifetime. Now, I know that there's a bunch of guys out there going, I got this, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. It's just, you know, relax. Like, just go fishing. Just enjoy yourself with it. You know, It's like setting goals and all this stuff. My goal is to be healthy and to be happy, like to enjoy my fishing. I got a phone call from an old friend, Andy, and it was so nice to hear from him. I haven't fished with him in 20 years, and he's like, it's been way too long, mate. I sent him out a new fishing bag and stuff, and to me that was what fishing was about. Like it was like instantly I felt the connection, the camaraderie, the crack we had. We discovered modern lure fishing together, so like we got the first pachinko together, we got the first, and we were like, geez, this incredible memory of him losing a pachinko and deciding that that wasn't going to happen and proceeding to undress and swim in after the pachinko while the rest of us stood on the shore and laughed. But he did it, he got the lure back, so very brilliant. But a lovely, lovely, lovely guy. And to me, that's what fishing's about, right? It's about having the crack with your friends and bit of healthy competition, like bit of slagging, but not this real super serious, just whatever, like. But to get back to the initial point is, I have sourced some stuff, and there is some stuff out there that is absolutely mint, and it's a good 10 or 12 euros cheaper, right? And so I'm not going to get into it until the stuff arrives, and then I'll walk you through. Uh, uh, I'll walk you through it. Like, look, I love duo lures. I just love them, but they're so expensive now, and all the rest. So, um, but they are still one of the best lure manufacturers in the world, right? And but we just have to kind of find a way around it. So, other than that, I was turned 52 yesterday, so thank you very much to everybody who gave me the birthday wishes. I couldn't have had a better birthday. This time last year, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't walk more than 200 yards, and I had a disease that people kind of were like, oh, we don't even know if that exists. Like, now they do. Now everyone will admit, oh yeah, long COVID's a real thing, because most people have either a relative or a friend who's still in bed, who still can't get up, who still can't move, who still can't work or earn a living or do any of those things. And like yesterday was my first step back towards independence and a life and all those things. I can't begin to tell you how much it means to me. Like, I just can't, I'd have been lost without my dad. He's 89, he ended up looking after me. But yeah, so just super grateful, really, like really super grateful. Um, and then yesterday evening, we booked flights to Prince Edward Island, striped bass fishing for 2 weeks, right? Amazing holiday. I've dreamed about doing that all my life, and now it's happening. And it's happening with two lovely guys, my buddy Charles and chap Jim, that Charles knows, and I met at Bass AGM, lovely fella, and just can't wait to get out there and just horse into it, and their fishery is so cool, right? It's all single hook, barbless, right now they're, as usual, the commercial boats are hemming and hawing, and they're wanting to take their slice of it, and it looks like they're going to get it. So this might be the last year of it being a really good fishery. So I'm very glad to be getting out there before the capitalist greed kicks in and they murder a load of fish, right? It just seems to be the way everywhere in the world. And with that lunatic in charge of America, God only knows what will happen, right? You know, thankfully Canada is a much more. I wouldn't go to the States, to be honest with you. I just would have no interest, none. I wouldn't. You know, my brother moved home from there for the very same reason, right? I just have no interest in that kind of craziness. Um, so yeah, so it's just been really, really good 24 hours. But again, apologies to people from the UK who tried to order and had some difficulty. I will talk to Katerina this morning and I sent her what she needs, and I think the problem should be ironed out today. But just contact me directly, right? My email and my phone are on my profile. Just give me a shout on WhatsApp or drop me an email. Somebody did, and I've replied to you, by the way, that one person, Brian. So it shouldn't be any trouble. But exciting times, right? I've got a really nice product coming, and like, I don't want to put anyone down or anything. I'm not, right? But the edge that I have on a lot of tackle shops is I'm an angler. I'm a bass angler. That's what I do. That's what I've done for 35 years, right? So I don't sell tat. I don't sell stuff that doesn't work. You know, I know the colors. I know the product. I know how to fish it. I know when to fish it. I know where to fish it. You know, um, and I can tell you that the stuff that's coming is top shelf, top of the line. I mean, the fish these guys are catching, right? Um, just incredible. Uh, so better days ahead and exciting times. Um, I have nothing to offer in terms of tackle or tactics this morning. Like, it's February, it's freezing cold. You know, certainly around here, there's very little point in fishing. I know a couple of lads have tried. We tried. Now, when I say we tried, we went for 3 hours, right? Myself and a friend, Emlyn, and he is one nifty angler. So you can be sure if Emlyn doesn't catch, there ain't any fish there. Like, he's younger and stronger than I am, right? So he can hop from rock to rock, and he explores every nook and cranny when we go, and they just weren't there. It's that simple. Or if they were there, they were lethargic and they weren't switched on. Now, I did see a bunch of sprat in the water. There's still a lot of bait in the river, and we saw one cracker of a sea trout. I mean, just whoop, right? But we all know how elusive they are. Now I've found out where they are in the river, so they're they're about to get chased down right once the season opens, right? Um, and so in Ireland, you have to have a license to fish, even in even in the salt. So we'll get all that done. So look, tight lines, everybody. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for your support. You've no idea how happy I am to move from where I was to where I am. It just feels like, it just feels like I just can't put words on it. How grateful I am to be back in the land of the living. So, uh, everybody, take care, mind yourselves, stay well, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good luck.